So when you talk about the influencer world to content, explain that to somebody who doesn't know what that means.
So with influencers, I think it's very much intertwined. It's kind of like a Venn diagram. There's a lot in the middle. But with influencers, a huge reason to use influencers for marketing purposes is to get content out of them. So they can produce really high quality content as you do.
Thank you.
And, brands are able to use that content for their marketing purposes. But on the flip side of it, we were essentially trying to solve this problem of it's so expensive for brands to get custom high quality, produced content. So we're not talking influencer content anymore. It's more like photo shoot, with the stylist, with the producer, all of, the whole 9 yards. And so we were trying to figure out a way to kind of scale that process for brands. And so that was kind of the problem that we were trying to solve. Anybody can start a company nowadays. You just kind of work at it and make it work. And it was something that I kind of really felt like I could help people with, and I really had something to offer, and there was a market for. And it kind of was, I think I'm lucky in this sense that with this industry, you can kind of start it with literally nothing but your brain and a computer. But for me, I didn't really have anything to lose. The way that I always explain it is I feel like talent management and really any kind of client services based business is really like dating. And sometimes maybe both sides are great on their own. They're both great people. They're offering, great things, but it just isn't a fit. The world is so big. So, for us, we really never take it as a personal thing. It's really just that, maybe the vibe is off. Maybe we just, work differently. Everybody has a different working style. And so it does happen all the time, but really all you can do is just do your best, be empathetic. And, however else somebody decides to respond really isn't your responsibility after that point.
Well, we're all selling something, right? The first thing we have to know is how to sell ourselves. I know in owning a business, a fitness studio, the first thing I'm selling is I know that I have what it takes to train somebody to help them lose weight, gain muscle, whatever their fitness goals are, but I have to sell myself first. I have to have
Yeah.
integrity. I have to have the experience.
From the beginning, I'm very much of the mindset for myself and all employees, like take care of yourself first. We shouldn't be living to work. It should be like, your work revolves around how you want to live.
You want to have that non-toxic environment, because I know
Yeah.
people who have had very toxic workplaces, and you never stop. You're always in front of your computer, and there's never any downtime. How do you live a fearlessly authentic life?
I think for me, it just means living intentionally and purposefully. I know it's so cliche, but the quote of when life gives you lemons, that whole concept is kind of like when an opportunity is presented, you kind of evaluate it based on where you're at, what your situation is, and pursue it. When you look back on your life and all of these dots are kind of connected, you can't really do that unless you really take those dots and you start to draw those dots. I feel like it's really just kind of pursuing whatever it is that you want to do, just intentionally and purposefully.
Yeah, step into that space. And I feel like that's what you've done. I feel that you really represent a fearlessly authentic person. I think you really stepped into your authenticity and you took risks. And look, we're never always fearless because we're always facing fear, right? And I just think you've done a beautiful job of it. And congratulations on your success.